I realize I haven't made videos in a long time, but today I wanted to add just one more video to the videos I have. I've already showed one false shuffle and 3 false cuts, so I wanted to add a second false shuffle. This one's an overhand false shuffle, probably the most popular overhand false shuffle. There are different ways to do it. This is one of the easiest ways to do it. This is what it looks like, and that's a totally false shuffle. It leaves all the cards in the order they were in before you shuffled. Right now they're in numerical order from ace to king. And it's a pretty convincing false shuffle if done. It ain't got to be real fast, but you know, rather quickly. It can be a convincing false shuffle. It looks reasonable. It looks like I shuffled the cards, but yet they remain in numerical order from ace to king. So let's get into how this is done. If you've been on YouTube a while and you're into magic, you've seen this video. There is a guy that performs this shuffle very, very well. I was very impressed when I watched his video, and I decided to learn how to do it. How it's done is when you take the first chunk off and you come down to get the next chunk, you're taking the top part or chunk, and grabbing it between your thumb, ring finger, kind of like that, and holding it there, and then getting the next chunk and repeating the process, putting it behind that one as you get the next one, and so on until you've went through and cycled the whole pack, and then you throw that on top. And that keeps the deck in numerical order. It doesn't change any of the cards in the pack. So to say that again, you take the top pack, come down, you grab it between the thumb, ring finger, hold on to it, and then the pack that was right under the top pack, and then you put it right back under the top pack behind the deck. And you continue doing this until you've cycled all of the cards, and they stay in order. And my suggestion for practicing this is to do maybe 3 or 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Because normally most people, when they perform the normal overhand shuffle without any cheats, they only go 2 or 3 or 4 times, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then they're done, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's the end of the overhand shuffle. So you're emulating the overhand shuffle, so you only really need to learn how to do it with 3 or 4 packets to start. You can then build up and get more advanced with it. But just doing 2 or 3 packets like that is all you really need to do. And the trick to learn it, a good way to start, because this is a little awkward at first, but it doesn't take very long to get used to doing a basic shuffle this way. The tip is to, instead of having this finger over the deck, you can keep it back like this when you first start. That way when you take that pack and you put it back here, it's like a spacer to keep it separate from the rest of the pack. And then you do the next few cards kind of like that until you get to the end and drop that pack off. So you put your finger behind, 2, 3, 4. After you do it a few times and you get a little bit used to it, just put your finger back up top and start placing them back there. And just go real slow at first, and then slowly speed it up as you continue, and you'll eventually get what will look like a really nice false shuffle started. Overhand shuffle, just like that. And the cards just stay in the same order they were in. You can dive much further into this shuffle. For instance, now I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to show you anyway. For instance, you see the ace of hearts here. If you perform this shuffle face up, because some people, you know, don't really care, they'll shuffle them face up for you to watch. But if you perform this shuffle face up, you'll notice that the ace of hearts comes back. So it starts with the ace of hearts, you perform the shuffle, and the ace of hearts stays there again. And if anybody's paying attention, they'll be able to see that. And this is one of those things to further this shuffle after you learn how to do it. I'm really not this far yet, because I just learned this in the last few months. What you want to do, though, to change that card so that it ain't the ace of hearts, is before you perform the shuffle, you kind of make a break on the top card here, which happens to be the ace of diamonds, and you hold a break in it. And then you perform the shuffle the same way, but when you get to the last packet, what you're doing, you're not grabbing that ace of diamonds, so when it comes down, that ace of hearts has changed now to a different card. And you can repeat this process again with another card, just like this, and then that ace of diamonds changes to a different card. The catch is now your deck is in the same order except for 2 cards. So in order to put it back, you have to do the shuffle 2 more times in this direction of the deck, this way. So you make that break and you shuffle the deck like this again, putting 1 card back, and then you make that break, you shuffle the deck again, and you put that second card back. So now the deck is back in numerical order. And that's how you can do this face up without leaving the ace of hearts there to come back every time. It looks good, it looks real, and it keeps the deck in the original order it was in. Drop a like, subscribe, share the video, come back for the next one.